Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Stores. 615-737-1045 is the number. Coming up this Tuesday, we'll be broadcasting live from Nissan Stadium for our Toy Field extravaganza. So come bring a toy if you're out Christmas shopping on Tuesday. We'll be out there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. broadcasting live. All the shows will be out there. So make sure you guys come out there and donate to that. So it's a really cool event because last year was my first time doing it. And just the length of all the toys and all the field and cool. I mean, it's pretty cool. So make sure you guys come out and donate to that. Okay, so I got a little Titans fan rooting guide for the college football conference championships. For Titans fans. If rooting you are a Titans fan, and I know this is not going to sit well with you University of Tennessee fans, but you should be rooting for Alabama / Ty Simpson, and you should definitely be rooting for Fernando Mendoza to look really good in these games. Not necessarily have to win them, but you want them to perform really well because it is a team sport. It's not quarterback wins and everything, but you want them to look really well because you
did not think this out.
Why are you saying it? I think you want them to look good so people will trade up with you. No?
If Mendoza does really well, the fan base will be hollering, draft Mendoza, ding dong.
Oh, that's true. There will be a section like the guy that called yesterday that said Cam Ward gave up on the team. Take his number away.
What is he talking about?
But that is true. I mean, there will be some people that say it. There will be.
He's better than Cam.
Yeah. We won't have that conversation unless forced to have that conversation by fans who call in and say that. But you are right. There will be people in this fan base that will see Fernando Mendoza play really well if he does against Ohio State and in the college football playoffs. You brought me
attention to there's some people.
There's some people already putting it out there. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah. You're spot on that one. I didn't think about that.
Ross, he didn't conversate with you on this.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Oh, my. Yep, so now that's down the drain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Put the garbage disposal on there.
But for the fans that realize that Cam Ward is your quarterback, root for Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson to look good. Don't have to win. Just don't look bad against this good competition. And the reason being is because you want to generate some interest in this number 1 overall pick. Because I don't think there's going to be some now. I ran into a Cleveland Browns fan. Shout out to Logan. He says that he would trade whatever it took to get the number 1 overall pick to get Fernando Mendoza. And I'd say I'd welcome that. Please do.
Right. We were talking about a fan or something?
Yeah, a fan of the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Like, please do.
One thing you're taking into account again is you're assuming the Titans going to have the number 1 pick.
I mean, let's say that they do.
I don't know that.
They may have the number 2 overall pick. That's why you want both quarterbacks to play well. See, I covered the base there.
Simpson, man. I like Simpson. I'm even saying Mendoza, so I don't know.
Mendoza's a fun watch. I think he'll probably be the most popular name. A lot of people don't know if Dante Moore's going out or coming out of college or staying. That's a guy I haven't watched a lot of yet either. I've only watched him in a few of the games that he's lost, which incidentally are the games that he did not look good in. So, I don't know much about, but I know he's gaining a lot of traction. We will actually see how that all pans out because last year we thought there were going to be 2, QB1s, Shadur Sanders and Cam Ward throughout the process. That obviously changed for various reasons. But I want as many quarterbacks to look good these next few weeks that are these top-end prospects to hopefully whoever emerges as the favorite makes it very attractive to move up if the Tennessee Titans are in spot 1, 2, or 3, hopefully.
So this might be a dumb question. Forgive me if it is. But is Julian Sand just not coming out?
He's a freshman.
He's a redshirt sophomore.
Redshirt sophomore.
Oh,
so he's eligible.
He's eligible to come out, is he?
You got to have spent 3 years in college. So redshirt sophomore, this is third year.
This is his first year starting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why did I think he was a freshman?
I don't think he's coming out.
He was at Bama, obviously didn't play in 23, and then transferred, played in a few games last year.
Right.
And then obviously started this year. So he is eligible. And I'm just.
Yeah, he is.
It was one of those things, though, Blaine. I'm wondering, like, can your stock really improve that much? Like,
I think his could.
Yeah. I would say if I was him.
Yeah.
People have done
because he's only played in really 12 games. Last year in 2024, he only went 5 for 12 in a game. You know, he didn't really do that. So he's kind of like.
Not unless you're forced to come out. I think with not that many starts, I think that would benefit
and he's
him.
probably going to get paid a little bit more NIL money. I would doubt that the NFL scouts that scout and give you those scouting grades, you know, and all that kind of stuff, because you get a folder, like, here's where the NFL teams kind of think you are. I don't think would be a first-round pick if he came out. But I think he could be a first-round pick if he came out next year.
That's so hard to believe, and I'm sure it's probably true because of the change. But, like, an Ohio State quarterback that's thrown 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 picks.
Okay, well, who was the last good Ohio State quarterback to come out?
That went first round.
That went first round would have been Justin Fields.
Right.
I mean, he's better than Justin Fields. I get what you're saying, but I think that he needs another year. This is his. I mean, if Ty Simpson could do it, I would say that he would need another year. But, like, he needs another year, I think, to just keep on progressing as a quarterback. Because I don't think he has a perfect, spectacular game of any kind. Like, I just think he's a normal quarterback, or college quarterback right now. And
so does that have the ability to change at all, do you think, with the playoff stretch? Or do you think? I know it's hard to guess what he's thinking, but, like, do you think he's just made his mind up?
C.J. Stroud. We totally forgot C.J. Stroud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he's just made his mind up? But
C.J. Stroud had a few years.
He's coming
back. It would have to be a pretty spectacular run, I think, for him to change his mind.
Some of these game logs from him this year are so disgusting.
Well, I mean, he's been good, but he's also been good with pretty good surroundings. And are you drafting him into, like, okay, if he's getting drafted to the Rams, you know, then maybe it'd be worth, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he's at the level of franchise elevator, which you're kind of trying to look for in these quarterbacks. I mean, what do you think about this idea of Julian Sayin coming out?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Because first and foremost, not unless that's why I said if he's a upperclassman, more so junior, where he has no choice, a 1-year starter. A lot of those guys haven't had a lot of success here recently in the National Football League. I think Zach was the first one to really turn me on to 25 starts gives you at least a great shot of having success in the National Football League. I'm sure his agent and I'm sure the NFL is going to look at it that way, especially when you're a young player. But things could change because if they win the national title on his 1 year starting, you know, as a young player that has the option to come back, you know, it's kind of iffy. I didn't see it. I know a lot of people like saying, and I think he's going to be a good quarterback. But I don't see, you know, top of the draft unless it's a weak, you know, quarterback draft for me.
Yeah, well, I didn't think he should come out necessarily. I was just wondering because, like, there's been no talk of him coming out at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like there should at least be a little bit of conversation about it, but.
Okay, so I'm looking at Pro Football Sports Network, profootballnetwork.com, and this is what I thought. Now, they're saying, this is 6 days ago, that officially Sayin is a redshirt freshman.
Oh.
So, and will be eligible in 2027. Okay. So he's not even eligible this draft. I thought he wasn't eligible, but I just wanted to double check.
I wonder how that works then, because he's been in college for 3 years.
Well, I don't think that's correct.
He was at Alabama?
He was at Bama for a year.
Yeah, he was there with Nick Saban, because I think Nick Saban said that he didn't start him or something. He got it wrong or something.
Yeah, unless he was just, like, committed to Bama and then decided to commit to Ohio State, but I thought he was at Bama.
He began practicing as an early enrollee in Alabama during the 2023 season on January 19, 2024. So, like, he was an early enrollee and was practicing, and then he entered the transfer portal following the retirement of Nick Saban. So he was an early enrollee, then so I don't think he got anything. I don't think that counts.
So he kind of went in January and then left after Saban left.
Yeah, so his first season in a college football program officially was the 2024 season.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
So that's where it's at.
His name.
When Saban had said that a few weeks ago, I just assumed he was on the team at some point, like for a season.
Yeah. I was like, I remember him being something, but I thought maybe it was just he was recruited, then he flipped, and obviously sort of like that. So, I didn't think he could come out this year, but that's a good thing for him. I think that he needs to be able to stay anyway. So, so if you're a Tennessee Titans fan, be rooting, you can root for Ohio State to win if you want, but just be rooting for Fernando Mendoza to put up anything better than what Curtis Rourke did last year. Curtis Rourke went 8 for 15 and like 40-something yards, it felt like, against Ohio State last year. So you want Fernando Mendoza to look better against Ohio State. I think he will.
What do you think the NFL values more? Him looking really good? Because just think about the Shador, Cam Ward. Who looks better, but who actually wins the game? In clutch situation. Well, maybe play bad or up and down average, but then all of a sudden when they needed that drive, he was clutch, and the other guy who has better stats in the game wasn't clutch.
Yeah, I guess it depends on, how the game flow works. Does one game change a lot for you with Fernando Mendoza? I mean, I'm just asking in generalities because you have the tape from last year, you have the tape from this year. I know it's a different school last year, but I kind of thought that in Indiana, I was like, man, this guy's going to take off. He'll be a hot name. And he has that kind of Heisman moment a few weeks ago where he throws the pass and an amazing catch in the end zone, the toe tap in the back of the end zone.
Who was that against? He's got a big-time receiver, too, right?
Crap. Who was it against? Penn State.
It ain't no Heisman moment to me.
You don't think it? You didn't think it was a Heisman moment? I mean, he drove all the way down the field.
He had 2 amazing catches from his receivers to get him down.
Well, but he put the ball in the area where they can go make those catches.
I didn't see it. I saw it on social media. Yeah. So I don't know the extent of what it was.
He went down the whole length of the field.
I mean, he came through in the clutch, right?
Yeah, came through in the clutch to your point. So I don't know how much a win or a loss depend on the thing. Like if he goes down there and let's say he's having an average game and he goes down there and throws a pick six in a critical moment and they lose the game, then obviously maybe that does change stuff for some of these scouts. But if he goes down there, average game, and he wins last minute off a field goal because he gets them in field goal position, they win, and it's an average game, does that change their mind? I don't know how much they weigh one game, but I do know that, hey, it's a big moment, right? To your point, how do you stack up in a big moment? This will be Fernando Mendoza's first of a few big moments because they will be in the college football playoffs. So this will be the first of a few big moments, and, we'll see. Same thing with Ty Simpson, right? Like, he's been a little shaky these last few games. How does he look against Georgia, who looks red hot? I mean, that kind of stuff does matter.
Why do people keep saying Ty Simpson looks shaky? Kind of give me what you've seen over these last 2 weeks.
Well, I would say so.
That.
This last Auburn game is
all over the social media.
Yeah, well, I would say this last Auburn game, the second and third quarter, I thought he was not throwing the ball very well at all.
He just wasn't throwing the ball well.
Yeah,
give me an example.
Okay, so I would say that there were at least 5 or 6 passes in those second and third quarters where it felt like he was throwing ducks. Like he had no strength in his arm. They were wobbling in the air and everything. And I was just like, man, this does not look like the Ty Simpson we have seen over the course of the
ball was wobbly.
Well, wobbly. It fell short of a few times. I mean, they didn't look like it had any zip or strength to them. And they were not accurate. In just that second and third quarter, I thought he played really well to begin the game and then really well at the end of the game, which, hey, that mattered, playing well in the end of the game. But I didn't think he looked that good in that particular game in the second and third quarter.
I watched that game, and I thought some guys ran the wrong routes. I thought he had a couple bad throws. I think it was a combination of things. And you got to think about who are the NFL prospects on actually the Auburn team. So I think people look at, how close the games were, then they lost the game before that, and then all of a sudden Ty Simpson isn't playing well. Maybe that's for Heisman stuff, but as far as NFL evaluation, I don't think that changed them at all.
It may not have. I don't know.
That didn't
but
change my feel for.
He needs to, I think, play better against Georgia and probably play better in the college football playoffs. So we're talking number 1 overall. It also depends on what Fernando Mendoza does and everything, because this is his sample size, right? Like, this is it.
Well, we just had a quarterback went number one, so let's kind of take ourselves back and not get caught emotionally into about a prospect when Cam Ward had some bad throws and at bad times that maybe cost them actually for even going to the playoffs. Did it discount him? See, so I just think we get in the moment about a prospect when it's all said and done. It's going to be, everything, the individual workouts. I mean, now that you've solidified that you're one of these top quarterbacks, now how do you separate yourself, maybe in the playoffs, in the big time moments where you'll see other NFL quality players and how you play then, and where you clutch somewhat. You want to see some clutch genes. Some may be able to show it, some may not. I think that's I don't know. To me, that's in the moment. That's like, oh, I like you today, girlfriend, but tomorrow I don't because I saw somebody else I like. So you're my girlfriend. See, that's kind of how I look at that. So that's not. It doesn't change. You don't take big jumps backwards because you had a bad game. Like if you're an NFL prospect at that high level, I think they start put a pecking order. Right. Yes, but is he not a top 20 pick? I mean,
no, I never said that. I'm just saying.
I know, but I mean, you're saying he had a bad game. Well, guess what? There are going to be times as an athlete you're going to have bad games. So to me, that's not the end-all, be-all. It's about, let's see how he responds in this Georgia game to see against a whole bunch of NFL talent. And then I'm going to judge him like, this guy here, he's the dude. Yeah. He's the dude.
That's what I'm saying is now we're going up against Georgia. Let's see what you do against Georgia because, last time they played Georgia, nobody scored.
If he pees down his pants like Ross would do if he saw Georgia.
Oh, now Ross.
I wouldn't be playing quarterback.
Get those diapers on, Ross.
I wouldn't be playing QB.
Get those diapers.
Hey, but then you go, what? Now, this is way out of the norm for this guy. Yeah. You can have an okay game.
Because I don't think that he's been the reason they've technically lost any of these games, Ty Simpson.
I remember the Florida State game. I said I thought he played well. You did not.
I did not like what I saw from the whole entire team.
What
I will say, I let the whole entire team's performance cloud individual performances.
Right, so that's what I think you're kind of doing here because he looked good in a state of an environment that they were crushing the pocket. They were all over him, and he didn't flinch. Yeah. That's what you're supposed to be looking at.
And I will say that he does do that very well. He does not flinch.
And then he's a better athlete than you want to give him credit. I mean, this guy, I didn't know how good he was. I never saw him play in high school, so I never had an opinion about him. I just said, man, we got this high-ranked guy.
I'm very interested to see what he does against Georgia a second go-round. And this entire team, obviously, because it's a big game. But, I mean, Georgia right now's defense is playing pretty good. It's better than what they were playing earlier in the year.
Do you think he's better than Mendoza?
I don't know.
I think prospect-wise he is. I think he's a more complete prospect.
Yeah,
as a college football quarterback, though, I don't know. Probably Mendoza.
I think I would agree with it that way. I would say that I think Ty Simpson probably has the most NFL level tape that you'll see out of any of the quarterback prospects, and that includes Dante Moore. I just wonder the amount of starts and all that, but you can only judge him on the starts he's got, right?
How many starts does he have?
Oh, well,
he's under 20, huh?
Yeah, because he's got only 2 from the prior 2 or 3 years.
Spot played.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, see, that's what kind of.
When I watch him, though,
it looks like a guy.
Yeah, he's been playing.
I know.
And maybe that's why I'm going to zoom in on Mendoza because I really haven't besides highlights.
Yeah. Why don't you zoom in on Mendoza and he have his first game of the season?
Well, I
which is saying a lot, but it'd just be funny. Yeah. It would just be funny. If they're you're like, well, I don't see this what's in Mendoza, and he goes out throws 4 interceptions against Ohio State, which would actually tell you probably a lot about Mendoza.
As I said before, I don't judge it based off the actual results of the game. If he throws 2 interceptions, you can have 2 bad throws and then still play a good game that may lost you the game, but 2 bad throws doesn't define how well you will be in the National Football League in a game. So that's the part I'm talking about right there. Just because you have a bad game, man, guys can have a bad game all over the place. Did you judge? Would you have judged? I always go back to Peyton Manning because everybody knows him. When he played Florida, he played horrible against them.
Yeah,
and every time, he's not clutch. So, that's where you would have went. I mean, we can go down the list.
No, I was just saying, if your first exposure to Fernando Mendoza, it'd be funny if it was your first exposure was him having a really bad
Obviously.
game, and that would be the luck that we'd have.
Well, we're having this conversation
Yeah.
based off of who's one, who's two.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, I think they're the top two.
Oh, yeah.
you know
I would agree.
what?
Well, everybody's talking about Dante Moore. I don't know where I'm at on him because I haven't watched him very closely.
Well,
but that
Depending where the Titans are, if they're not one or two, then I really, man, I don't know.
you're
if it's
kind
gonna
of effed.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Like,
All right, we got to go to break. Let's go to Jordan DeJaney. When we come back, we'll go around the NFL with him. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Everybody come join us on Tuesday, December 9th at Nissan Stadium. It is our 18th annual Toy Field where we gather toys for underprivileged children.
I couldn't imagine if I woke up in the morning on Christmas and my kids were there like expecting something and there was nothing. So going out and buying the toy or finding a scarf or something cozy for an elderly person just to me is just, it's a way of giving back for all the good things that we've been given.
It's a wonderful thing to see how Nashville comes together to support each other. And we know this has been a tough year for a lot of people, so this is going to be even more of a special time for us to come together as a community and support each other during the holiday seasons.
When giving a gift fills you with more joy than getting a gift, then you begin to understand the joys of Toy Field, which is a wonderful event put on by Cumulus Media.
So join us on December 9th. That's a Tuesday at Nissan Stadium. We will be there, and we can't wait to see you and all the toys that you bring.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. I'll be home for Christmas. If only in my dreams.
Let's face it, buying a vehicle should be straightforward and stress-free, and that's exactly how Two Rivers Ford has been doing business for decades. This locally owned dealership has a non-commissioned sales team whose only focus is to find you the right vehicle at the right price without the pressure. So you'll actually have a fun car buying experience. Great prices, easy financing, and a non-commissioned sales team. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is his number. Let's go around the NFL with Jordan DeJaney of CBS Sports. And Jordan, what did you make of Richard Sherman's comments about George Pickens' play last night, saying that he looked like he gave up and pouted and wasn't giving it his all? What did you think about those comments?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me back on the show. I thought he was 100% accurate, to be honest with you. I think that George Pickens could have cost himself just a little bit of money last night with his performance. When CeeDee Lamb goes down with his concussion, George Pickens is called upon as the unquestioned number one wide receiver for Dak Prescott. And it's true that the Lions started double-teaming him and making life tougher on George Pickens, but I did think we saw a bit of a lack of effort from Pickens, which is tough because he has been one of the best wide receivers in the NFL this season, period. People were starting to question if he was the number one wide receiver for the Cowboys over a guy like CeeDee Lamb. He had an opportunity last night against a depleted secondary to really make an impact and was unable to. And again, I thought Detroit definitely made life tough on him, but I do think that there was a bit of lack of an effort as well.
What do you think of what's going on with the Giants right now? Abdul Carter is, he gets benched for a quarter in the game. He's had multiple benchings apparently as well. Then you also had Brian Burns, staying on the sidelines, just on the bench during halftime, not even going to the locker room. Younghoe Koo has that bizarre missed kick where he just kicks the dirt, doesn't even kick the ball. I mean, what is going on with this Giants team that even the firing of Brian Daboll doesn't seem to have solved, hasn't even brought them together, it feels like.
Yeah, and you didn't even bring up the Joe Shane press conference, did you? That was pretty tough to watch, the general manager. But, yeah, someone described the Giants to me as the laughingstock of the NFL. And I was like, you understand there's a one-win team in the NFL as well. And they told me, they're not exactly as relevant, so we laugh at the New York Giants. But, I mean, I think you're right. Looking at Abdul Carter, that was someone who we talked about as a potential number one overall pick. And I don't want to sit here and say, wow, the Titans dodged a bullet, but the early returns for Abdul Carter have not been great. He hasn't had an incredible impact on the field, but the impact he's made has been more off the field in a negative way. Being benched 2 times for the same thing in the span of 3 weeks is just borderline ridiculous. So the Giants, people make the argument, and I would tend to agree, that they are the more attractive job than the Tennessee Titans, but they're going to have to do something with this general manager who is firmly on the hot seat. And there's a lot of things that need to change with the culture of the Giants as well.
I thought it was interesting. Amon-Ra St. Brown, everybody thought he was going to miss this game last night, and they end up keeping him active for the game. He plays 6 catches for 92 yards versus the Cowboys. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not in his body of the severity of the injury, but everybody thought he was going to miss a few games, and he missed 0 games and did that last night versus the Cowboys. I mean, pretty impressive performance for a guy, kind of like not to the extent of a flu game, but that seems very flu game adjacent.
Guys, it was unbelievable. I was 100% convinced that Amon-Ra St. Brown was going to miss this game with a low ankle sprain. As you mentioned, people said that he was expected to miss 1 to 2 weeks, but then you see him warming up on the field and making cuts that were just, again, unbelievable. I cannot believe, I don't know what they shot him up with, but he was an absolute monster last night. And that was an important game too, because when Amon-Ra St. Brown is not on the field, the impact of the Lions offense is really reduced. So you have to remember, Detroit was already without Sam Laporta too. So, and their season, their playoff hopes are basically on the line. And you got to give credit to Jared Goff's wide receiver 1 for fighting through the pain, suiting up, and helping them get just a massive victory.
We're going around the NFL with Jordan DeJaney of CBS Sports.
Well, Jordan, please, at your discretion, give us who you would pick as Coach of the Year in the National Football League.
Yeah, there is one guy that I said on your show multiple times before the start of the season was going to win Coach of the Year, and that is Mike Vrabel of the New England Patriots. I'm sure that people here in Nashville are sick of talking about him and sick of seeing the national media be so excited about the turnaround he's orchestrated with the franchise he played for and won Super Bowls for. But he's done an incredible job. I mean, he has fostered a winning culture quickly. His offensive coordinator, Josh McDaniels, has done a tremendous job with getting the most out of Drake May and turning him into a legitimate MVP candidate. I will say that it's clear, we can talk about this later if you want, but the Patriots have played the easiest schedule in the NFL. So there are still questions if the Patriots are a legitimate Super Bowl contender. But in a wacky season that's been as crazy as this, I think you have to say yes. So Mike Vrabel deserves credit for what he's done. He's a favorite to win this award. But let's talk about the other number one seed in the opposing conference. How about the Chicago Bears coming out of nowhere, sitting at 9-3 with Ben Johnson, a first-year guy? I think the Bears are a fascinating team for a number of different reasons because their turnaround has not really been because of the play of the quarterback. It's because the play of the defense and the rushing game as well. Kyle Monunga has been the best rookie running back in the NFL. Maybe Travion Henderson has a good case there. DeAndre Swift has done a tremendous job as well. What Chicago did on the ground against the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday, getting that upset victory, shows you that the Bears may be a team we should be talking about more.
Well, you just talked about some young guys. I mean, well, who's in the Rookie of the Year on offense defense conversation?
Well, I think that Defensive Rookie of the Year is kind of wrapped up. It was a linebacker by the name of Carson Schwessinger that plays for the Cleveland Browns.
UCLA.
I think he's been absolutely incredible. Yeah, love that dude, absolutely. But when it comes to Offensive Rookie of the Year, that's a really tight race if you look at the sports books. Because Emeka Egbuka has been a favorite for the majority of the season. Tyler Warren has been up there as well. But just over the past couple weeks, there's been a new favorite listed at plus 110 over at FanDuel Sportsbook right now, and that's Ted McMillan of the Carolina Panthers, who's been an important player for the turnaround that Bryce Young and Carolina's offense has experienced this year. So I love Ted McMillan. I think he's an absolute star. But it does surprise me a little bit to see him listed above Emeka Egbuka. I think there might be a bit of recency bias there as well.
Yeah, we got to talk about the Titans, though. We're on with Jordan DeJani, NFL writer for CBS Sports, and that is who is in the hunt as of today. And give us, a couple guys if you know. And then who would you like to see be the Titans coach? That's about fit.
Yeah. I'll answer the second part first. It's unfortunate, but I wish that I could identify a home run hire for the Titans, like someone to get me super excited, because I don't know if I have one off the top of my head. Now, if someone like Mike Tomlin or John Harbaugh became available, they would certainly fit the category there. But, people have continued to talk about Mike McCarthy. I wonder if Cliff Kingsbury is going to be in the mix since he has experience as a head coach. Mike Kafka, Matt Nagy, Arthur Smith, Joe Brady, Jesse Minter has been a guy I've been watching as well, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. So those are some guys that I would keep an eye on. Clint Kubiak would probably be another one as well. But yeah, in terms of a home run hire, that's something I need to work on figuring out, because I'm not sure that there's a guy out there that I can get really excited about.
All right, well, this is something you can get excited about and can give your opinion. That is, I know how the season has unfolded. Man, did the NFL do a good job with all these teams going up and down and new teams, and you talked about the Bears. But if you had to make a favorite to win the Super Bowl today, well, I'll ask you again later down the road, but who's the best team right now?
Yeah, I love this question, and there's actually only one team that I would have that I'm confident in. But what's really funny is that team just lost to the Carolina Panthers this past Sunday. That's the Los Angeles Rams. Wow. I think they are pound for pound my favorite team in the NFL, even with that loss coming against Carolina. And there's a lot of different reasons why. I think they've got plenty of weaponry, whether it's Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams catching 100 touchdowns. Puka Nacua is obviously a top 10 wide receiver, but you don't want to discount the young talent they possess on the defensive side of the ball as well. And a main reason I like the Rams more than any other team right now is because of the play of their old quarterback, Matthew Stafford, the savvy veteran. He understands the game better than any quarterback active right now, I believe. He just works in a flow that's completely different than any other signal caller in the NFL. His experience shows, his talent shows, his love of the offense and how well he understands, and his football IQ and things of that nature really stand out to me. So Matthew Stafford and what could potentially be his final NFL season, I'm picking them to win the Super Bowl right now.
There you have it. Jordan DeJani, NFL writer for CBS Sports.
You just mentioned the Carolina Panthers, and I at least want to ask this. Shouldn't Dave Canales probably be given some heavy consideration in the Coach of the Year race? He may be a distant third, but 7-6, and you look at this roster. This is not a fantastic roster. When you're talking about, you did say Ted McMillan, but then you have Xavier Legette, who hasn't done a lot, and Jalen Coker, who's an undrafted free agent out of Holy Cross, and then Jimmy Horn Jr., Bryson Tremaine, and Hunter Renfrow as your wide receivers. What they're able to do with that run game and the efficiency of Bryce Young, I don't know. It seems to me like Dave Canales needs to get a little bit more props as a great head coach. You need some love.
Yeah, you see, you're not wrong at all, but I think it really depends on how they finish the season. Because when we talk about the Carolina Panthers, I mean, they're the poster child for inconsistency, right? You watch them against the New Orleans Saints in Week 10, a 17-7 loss to Tyler Shuck, and Bryce Young doesn't look like he can complete a pass against air. Then the next week they go to the Atlanta Falcons, and Bryce Young has the best individual game quarterback performance in franchise history, throwing for 1,000,000 yards. Then you go to the 49ers and you lose 20-9, and Bryce Young can't do anything. And then you host the Los Angeles Rams at home and find a way to defeat them. It's Jekyll and Hyde when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, and maybe more specifically Bryce Young as well. But your point stands, is that Dave Canales has done a tremendous job. The Panthers hired this guy to turn around a franchise that was in desperate need of change, and you're seeing this franchise finally get on the right track. So he deserves credit, and maybe he could be a sleeper in this conversation depending on how the Panthers finish out the year. Don't look now, but they're 7-6 and still alive for the division as well.
Could be the first time they win it since they've been to the Super Bowl. They haven't won the division since they went to the Super Bowl.
What do you guys think about Shanahan, though, with all the injuries there?
That's another one. I mean, you ain't wrong.
I would say Shanahan definitely should be in the running, top 5, probably, if you look at the odds over at Sportsbooks.
Okay.
All right. Steelers, Mike Tomlin, all this stuff that's going on with Pittsburgh. But they recently signed Adam Thielen. Is that going to change everything for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Oh, yes, the Steelers are winning the Super Bowl now because of 80-year-old Adam Thielen. No, of course not. It would be nice to see him make kind of an impact, though, because this Steelers offense has been impossible to watch. I mean, they're being outgained by 83.4 total yards per game this season. And only one team in NFL history has ever made the playoffs while getting outgained by more than 75 yards per game. So everything is working against the Steelers right now. They've had the fewest completions and the lowest completion percentage on deep throws of 20-plus air yards this season. 5 straight games without Aaron Rodgers completing a pass 20 yards down the field. So something needs to change for the Steelers. And, yeah, when it comes to Mike Tomlin, I think it's worth having a conversation about what the future holds for him. I don't think that Pittsburgh is going to straight up fire Mike Tomlin. And if I had to put money on it, I think that Mike Tomlin is probably the coach of the Steelers in 2026. But I'm leaving the door open for the possibility that maybe Mike Tomlin wants something else. Maybe there's a part of him that's feeling a bit underappreciated in the city of Pittsburgh. Because that's one thing I've tried to make clear to you guys and your fabulous listeners, is that the perception of Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh is drastically different from the perception of Mike Tomlin nationally. So there's part of me that wonders, does he want to take a year off from coaching and then really kind of survey his opportunities and see what the landscape looks like? Or maybe he just wants out now. I think that the conversation around Mike Tomlin is pretty fascinating, and it's a story that's really going to pick up steam as the Steelers continue to lose games.
If the Cleveland Browns lose to the Tennessee Titans, how does Kevin Stefanski survive the season?
It's tough, man. And we've talked about this before, and I still just view Stefanski as a guy who's kind of been stuck in a situation where ownership has had tremendous say over the quarterback that he's playing. But yeah, this is kind of similar to the situation in the sense of the Browns would fully embrace the beginning of a new era. I don't think there'd be a ton of fans that would be absolutely protesting if Kevin Stefanski was moved on for this offseason. And again, we've talked about it, but that would certainly be an offensive mind that I would be interested in for the Tennessee Titans.
There you have it. Jordan DeJaney of CBS Sports. We went around the NFL with him. And Jordan, enjoy the football weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, coming up next, we'll talk more about the Tennessee Titans and Cleveland Browns. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Smashville hockey. Around here, it can sound like a language of its own. But hey, if you can pronounce Demumbrian, then names like Yossi, Shea, and Marchessault will roll right off the tongue. Nashville Predators, only in Smashville.
One of the largest sports books east of the Mississippi, Circa Sports Kentucky, is now open. Catch all your favorite games on an 80-foot screen with stadium-style seating and live VSiN broadcast daily. Circa Sports, now open at the Mint Gaming Hall, Kentucky Downs.
My dad and I used to golf together all the time, but when he hurt his back, it was over.
To have your son want to spend time with you is amazing. That's why my chronic back pain has been so heartbreaking. Surgery, fused bones, long recovery. No way, not for me. A friend recommended stem cells, so I gave Kellum Stem Cell Institute a call.
I'm glad you're out on the course.
Yeah, it's really good.
Call the Kellum Stem Cell Institute today. Swing still looks just okay though.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. We forgot to congratulate you, Blaine, on your successful coaching hire for the Penn State Nittany Lions football team.
Every now and then a squirrel finds a nut.
I
man.
don't know. The Penn State boosters or something must have been listening to our show because they closed it. They sealed the deal. Is that what I last saw?
Well, I
Finalize the deal.
Yeah,
I keep telling you, I have like 3 real good friends who are kind of in the know, and I text them days before that and say, "Hey man, why aren't you guys going after Matt Campbell?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, baby, let me jump on that."
You did this.
And so I don't know if I had anything
Matt
to do
Campbell
with
needs
that.
to send you a little bit of money or thank you. Some
I
Penn
just
State
think Matt
swag.
Campbell is a really good coach.
I think
I just think he's a really good coach. That's why he came in mind.
Yeah.
You in the Midwest, it's kind of hard. Penn State is kind of like an hour or so away from the
because he
airport.
wasn't on top of mind, but you said that on the show, and I'm like,
and
"Whoa,
then he
that
just
is a
keeps
great
producing
hire."
pros. I mean, I really start paying him.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy speaks for itself, right?
Right.
I'm like,
he had
man,
the 2 wide receivers last year.
who the Texans took both of them.
Yeah.
I know you like the shorter one, and I
you
like the
bigger
tall one. Man,
yeah.
they both Higgins or whatever his name was.
Higgins and Jane Higgins and Jalen Noel.
Yeah, and Noel was he's fast, straight line speed. Yeah, so they've got some guys that come out every year, and I'm going, man, and he develops them.
Yeah.
They somewhere in the middle, 3-star guys. So I just think he's a quality all-around good coach. So they may get lucky here, kind of a la Tennessee when they got Heupel, right?
That's what someone said. Someone said they fell backwards into success. The very definition of failing upwards was getting back. See, but I love the hire. When you say it, because you're right, like nobody thinks of Iowa State football.
No.
And then when you said it, I was like, oh, that's exactly who they should be going for.
Yeah. What's the guy? Man, I forgot where he's at now. He started in the MAC, and now he's a sharp guy. Minnesota. I think he's a good coach. Yeah. And I think he's a good coach. He was the second guy I would have said after him. And I would have put that guy in front of him, but he's kind of just got stagnant there in Minnesota because he's an energy guy. Now I think it's kind of leveling off. He didn't miss his time.
Yeah.
What's his name?
PJ Fleck.
Yep, PJ Fleck. You don't like him?
No, I'm laughing at this tweet I saw earlier about James Franklin and Matt Campbell from Sleeper College Football. It said, James Franklin versus Matt Campbell versus top 25 opponents. Franklin 15-28, Campbell 16-27. Improvement.
Oh, they ain't no. He wasn't playing with the James Franklin talent there at Penn State. I'll tell you that, man. They get first rounders every year. You go like, hey, man, but they can't win the big game against, because we don't have enough of those guys. We can't beat Ohio State.
I love the hire. It's just so
is it
funny.
done deal now?
Yeah, it is finalized, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Oh.
Double check that before we give out fake news here.
I just know they were trying to finalize a deal, and I just laughed because the Penn State friend of mine sent it to me.
That is crazy. I mean, when I saw it, I was like,
what? And I said, ha, 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 ha.
Pete Thamel and ESPN reported it, so I'm assuming we're all good there.
Hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah, that's funny though. We talked about it, and then it happened. So I was like, I think Blaine's heading up the coaching search. He turned you.
I think I would
Penn
enjoy
State
doing
around.
coaching searches though. I think I would enjoy it.
I think it would be fun.
He got out of here quickly.
I think
yesterday.
you'd be excellent at it.
Yeah, I had to get out of here because I had to go answer the phone.
Yeah, he was talking to the AD yesterday.
Who's the AD? Kraft?
Yeah.
I had no idea who he was.
Acting like you don't know.
He's related to Robert Kraft, maybe?
Acting like you don't know who it is.
That's something I would do too right there.
But I think you would be excellent at it. Because we were kind of also talking about it yesterday. We were like, if I don't know if you can by NFL rules, but like going and interviewing players like on the sly about these coaches and what they really think about these coaches, like a private investigator.
Oh, I think I would enjoy that. Titans, hit me up.
Yeah. Because like you really want to know just for like with Chris Shula, what's he really like in the face of adversity? What did you learn from him and all that kind of stuff? Like all these different coaches, like what are they really like behind the scenes? I don't know if you can ask players that or if you can interview players
until it's too late.
Through proper channels.
Yeah.
I think Brock Purdy's the one. He's talked about Matt Campbell and just how awesome he is.
Yeah.
Like senior day, he'll be crying out there and stuff. I think he's just a solid
I never
dude.
did that interview. Yeah, it was pretty good.
But yeah, I great hire by Penn State. Late in the game, this is a really good hire for them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we expect some Iowa State guys to go to kind of, maybe balance out the Penn State
about the
recruiting class
recruits?
that is non-existent?
Can you change like that after you sign?
I guess I was thinking more like players on the team
that's
transferring
on
with
Yeah,
them.
because the transfer portal is not open yet, but it's opening soon.
But hey,
he
I'm
may.
sure all these guys that didn't sign early that he was recruiting there, he's going to be like, hey, you want to come to Penn State with me?
There you go.
Because, I mean, Penn
and the
State's
portal.
got the bigger brand than Iowa State, obviously. What did Iowa State's recruiting class rank? That'd be,
Gosh, I'll have to look it up. What 247 is the best, right?
Yeah.
I think.
274. that guy Ross one time.
It looks like their overall for 2026 is 50. So it's not great. But
Better than what Penn State's at.
I don't know where Penn State's at now, but
They're like
remember it's like at 140 something. Remember?
It was bad.
So yeah, I mean, like
stunning.
now you get this, and then you go to Penn State. I mean, you're almost right back into the hunt. It may not be this year, but you're back into the hunt at least in year 2 of Matt Campbell.
Do you think anyone signed early to Iowa State yesterday, and then today they find out that their head coach is gone?
We think somebody signed early, maybe?
I don't know. That would be kind of crazy.
Maybe a JUCO guy or something. I don't know.
That would be kind of crazy. But yeah, when I forgot to bring it up at the top of the show because we were talking about, the rooting guy, but I was like, oh, got to remember about the, Blaine predicting or saying that I would get Matt Campbell to turn it around, and there's Matt
That's
Campbell.
out there, man. You got there was really no more good coaches.
We're Penn State's number 1 show, I guess.
Elite level coaches.
That's crazy. All right, coming up next, now we will talk about the Tennessee Titans versus Cleveland Browns, where maybe the Tennessee Titans can win this game and what it actually means for the Tennessee Titans, but also what does it mean for the Cleveland Browns. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Good afternoon from the 104.5 The Zone studios. I'm Ross Johnston. The Tennessee Titans head to Cleveland to take on the Browns this Sunday with kickoff set for noon Central. You can listen to the game right here on The Zone with the Lee Company countdown to kickoff starting at 9 a.m., followed by Titans radio pregame coverage at 11. Vol basketball is a big game tomorrow as they face off against the number 14 ranked Illinois Fighting Illini in a top 25 matchup. The game will be played here in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena with tip-off set for 7 p.m. Central. Vol Network's coverage of the game will be available here on The Zone. In college football news, the Penn State Nittany Lions are finalizing a deal with Iowa State coach Matt Campbell to become the new coach in Happy Valley. Also, the number one wide receiver in the country, Chris Henry Jr., signed with the Ohio State Buckeyes today after rumors he would be going elsewhere. Lastly, in NFL news, 3 key players are set to go for Sunday. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, and Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins. For all your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once and your home for the Titans of the Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. Okay, so NFL Network went around and picked all the games like Daniel Jeremiah, Colleen Wolfe, Adam Rank, a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. And so I want to read these scores to you.
Uh-oh.
Cleveland Browns 17-14. Cleveland Browns 10-3. Tennessee Titans 14-13. Cleveland Browns 17-14. Cleveland Browns 7-0. Cleveland Browns 13-6. 23-5 in favor of Cleveland. 17-13 Cleveland. 19-13 Cleveland. 17-13 Cleveland. The over-under is set at 33.5 last time I checked. This could be the and listen, Tennessee and Cleveland has had some ugly games, but this could be the ugliest game of the season. I mean, this could be downright dreadful and boring to watch, and I'm really scared that that's going to be the case.
Dang, is this back in the day, like back when early in my career in the 90s? I mean, what we're talking about here, man?
I remember
in the snow, that snow game, man.
Hey, I remember when Manziel gave it to us one time.
Oh man, he was running around like he
was at A&M.
Yeah, man, I was like, oh man, go catch that chicken.
I mean, we're talking about a Tennessee Titans team that only scored 3 points last week,
so
while
you're
the
talking about
Cleveland Browns scored 8.
That's what this is telling me. I'm going to fall asleep on my couch, winless draw.
You may need some energy drinks or cups of coffee or something to keep you awake.
At least we can watch it from Nashville and not Cleveland.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, at least we're going to be in the heat. I mean, could you imagine like having to go to that game? And like that's why I was talking to Buck is like, man, are you looking forward to going to Cleveland this weekend?
What's the temperature going to be there compared to here?
Ooh,
I mean, it's going to be chilly for, Tennessee.
If y'all find me in Cleveland at any point in my life for anything, just call for help. Call for help.
But I can tell you what it is.
Don't they have the country music?
34 degrees at kickoff.
Music Hall of Fame.
So 34 degrees to kickoff, 33 degrees by the fourth quarter. Snow, and this is courtesy of Davis Nolan here locally. Snow's going to happen, and winds west by southwest shifting to west to northwest, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds.
Oh, you just remind. Oh man, that wind coming off that. Oh
Lake
my
Erie?
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man, it is like one to not want to be a part of. I'm just telling you, that took years off of me, of my life.
We got a listener up in upstate New York right now. He said it's negative 9 degrees in the morning
man,
right now.
That is just horrifying.
That's insane.
Oh, you guys are reminding me. I know it was Brownlee. But remember, he said something about we lost because it was cold or something. Who did they play?
It was like 40 degrees. Yeah, it was the Commanders game, and it was 40 degrees.
Right. First of all, he should have said, maybe that's why they traded him right there. Like,
that may be no, it's his media comments. But I will say this: Cam
is
Ward
gonna
was
be a
asked
cold
about it,
game.
and he was like, "Yeah, it doesn't matter." He's like, "I played a cold game."
Right, he was at Washington State.
Yeah,
That's why Brownlee got traded to East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Man, to punish him.
we know where he won't like to go.
Gosh,
somewhere up north.
He said that.
So are we going to talk about how this game defines the careers of these two quarterbacks?
Well, obviously, I mean, one game defines
Please
everything.
Do not do that.
I mean, it's like people are like, well, it's Jeff Simmons versus Myles Garrett. It's Shadur Sanders versus Cam Ward. I'm like, it's Cam Ward versus Myles Garrett and Shadur Sanders versus Big Jeff. Like, I mean, that's really what you're talking about. But I mean, you just know how the minds work of fans. If Shadur Sanders goes and has what is perceived to be a better game, they're gonna be like, we should have drafted Shadur Sanders #1 overall. And
even if Cam plays like crap and we win.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll still say it.
That can happen.
That could definitely happen because to be honest, I don't know what good quarterback play looks like in this game, right? Because they're missing their starting right guard and their starting right tackle. The Cleveland Browns are no Wyatt Taylor.
I knew the Lord would answer my
no
prayers.
Jack Conklin. But the Tennessee Titans are going to be without Lloyd Cushenberry, which Lloyd and Corey Levin, not that much of a difference. So, I kind of think this could be like an 8-7 game or something crazy like that.
Where is Zeitler?
Zeitler?
He's going to be out there?
Yeah, he'll be out there. He's been resting all week. So, I mean, he's fine.
Oh.
He's been up on the couch watching.
I was going to say, don't get too excited, Blaine. I mean, Shador's throwing at Daryl Baker and, whoever else we got back there. Cam's throwing at Denzel Ward and Tyson Campbell.
Hey, man, you guys, you need to go back and look at their draft this past year. They did a good job. They can say what you want to say about the Browns. All those dudes are playing. Even Shador. Now, he may not be playing that good, but I mean, the rest of the dudes, the running back Junkin, he bring that fan in that tight end. I mean, these dudes are playing. I watched them.
Okay, let's go through them real quick because it's a
very from UCLA. He may win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I liked him coming out.
His odds are.
You talked a lot about him coming out.
He's the better player because remember, he walked on.
Yep.
And then he became the starter. I said, well, but he's better than Femi.
Okay, so look at these.
33.
So they had Mason Graham, who's playing really well.
Oh, yeah, D-tackle from
Carson
Michigan.
Schlesinger, as you said, you linebacker of UCLA. Quinshon Judkins, who's been playing very, very good.
Ooh, you should see somebody going to get run over.
I got him in all my drafts, my fantasy drafts.
Somebody getting run over.
Yep.
I'm calling
Cedric
right now.
Gray might have something to say about that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The only guy I have hope for once he get in the open field is Winston. Everybody else, watch out.
Harold Fanning Jr., the tight end out of Bowling Green. Harold Fanning Jr.
Oh, I had him ranked my third or fourth tight end. It was kind of
505 yards and 3 touchdowns so far as a tight end.
Ooh.
Then, of course, you had Dylan Gabriel, Shadur Sanders. They're all right. I mean, they're a third and a fifth round pick. But then you had Dylan Sampson, who just took one to the distance earlier.
He was scooting, boy. He had better 4-4
Also, don't forget they got UDFA, Isaiah Bond, who's made a few plays now.
Yeah, so, Isaiah Bond, UDFA. Forgot about that.
Where did he go?
Texas. He was the Texas guy. And Alabama.
Right.
But
he went to Alabama first. Then he went to Texas. Yeah, he's number 16 out there. And guess what? He's still running by people.
Yep.
Hey, Blaine, I saw him have that game winner in the Iron Bowl 2 years ago. He can play now.
Oh, man, that guy can go, man. I like him. I like their draft class. Like that class right there, man, is strong.
Yeah.
It's strong.
That's a really good draft class.
Gabriel works out. Yeah, that would, put him over the top, man.
And even if you find out by the end of the year that Gabriel and/or Sanders isn't the guy,
right. It's third,
you have 2 first-round picks this year.
Dang.
And so you are able to trade up and get your guy if need be. And so that guy would be walking into a pretty good situation when you look at all that. Good run game.
Yep.
Got some pass catchers. Got a good defense. He's walking into a pretty good situation for a first-round pick to walk into. Like, the Browns are kind of set up, and listen, I know what I'm about to say will sound crazy because it is the Browns. It is Jimmy Haslam. It is, they're more than likely to trade up and not get the right quarterback. They'll pick the wrong quarterback for whatever reason.
Better than us.
Yeah, but They have a really good situation, right? Like, I mean, this is not a bad team and bad situation when you really start breaking it down.
I thought I was going to see poop all over the place, and I did not. I was like, uh-oh. Dang, man, this team and then their defense. Hey, it's just not Myles Garrett either, by the way.
No.
So they got some dudes up front.
Hey, again, might be stupid question. So,
hey,
but
there is
if
no
you're-
stupid question.
If you're Cleveland, do you consider holding on to Stefanski just from the aspect of like Tomlin or Harbaugh could be gone? You know, like there could be some coaching turnover in the division for Cleveland. Obviously, the division's not very strong this year either. Like Zach Taylor could go too. I mean, do you want to be like one of the teams that is bringing the same guy back just for continuity purposes, or do you think they need to move on?
Ooh, that's a tough one there, man.
I think he may want to move on. I've heard that rumor now a couple of different places, and I think he may want to move on.
I don't know how secure any of those coaches are, by the way, in that division right now.
Do you think he has any clout with the GM and who the players he picks and any of that? Because
I don't know. Well,
drafting was
this
like
guy
weird.
This guy Logan I was telling you about, the Cleveland Browns fan, was telling me there's some video that is popped up from the Cleveland Browns draft room, and like Jimmy Haslam walks in and tells them to draft Shedeur. Now, I've heard this as a rumor. I've never seen the video, and I didn't go look for it. But like the rumor has always been they wanted Gabriel, with a third round pick, that's fine. It's like drafting Malik Willis. Like you don't know what you're going to get. But that Jimmy Haslam came in and said, I want you to draft Shedeur. And Kevin Stefanski didn't want that. And that's kind of started this whole thing about Shedeur Sanders and, not getting enough reps in the offseason is kind of how everybody puts it and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think the GM and Kevin Stefanski are really tight. And I think that with another draft class with maybe no Jimmy Haslam, they could find the right quarterback if these guys don't end up being that quarterback.
What is he talking about with no Jimmy Haslam?
Yeah, like if this Jimmy Haslam.
He's the owner,
well, if
bro.
no Jimmy Haslam comes into the room and says you're drafting this guy,
he has
which he
every
probably
right.
would.
He got every right to come in there and just throw that bombshell.
If they could hire someone to kidnap Jimmy Haslam just for one night. Just for one night.
But they did that. The fifth round was like, 2 days later, man. So that's why he came up in there, man.
He saw dollar signs with Shedeur, man. He saw the entertainment value.
Yep.
So that's the owner mindset.
But this is kind of a team that can, we talk about those teams that are kind of like the Texans and all that have been able to flip it really quick. If you found the right quarterback and the right head coach, whether that is Kevin Stefanski, but find that right combo.
Yeah.
They can easily flip this around. If they would have been able to pull off like some crazy trade for Cam Ward, I think Cam Ward and this team we'd be talking about the Cleveland Browns possibly winning this division right now. Because I think they are a quarterback away. And I do think Kevin Stefanski is a good head coach. I do think that this system, and obviously the defensive roster is jacked. I mean, like Alex Wright, Shelby Harris, Alex Wright, who they just extended, defensive end.
Yeah,
Shelby Harris, Mason Graham, Myles Garrett, obviously.
They got guys, man.
I mean, they got guys all over. I mean, Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, Tyson Campbell has been playing better since the move over here. I mean, they got dudes like everywhere.
They run the football.
They run the football.
Well, I mean, so all these are supposed to be helping them. I don't know, man.
That's why it's so crazy. Like
not good enough.
That tells you right there, these guys playing quarterback, whether it was even Joe Flacco at this point, they're playing way worse than what you could ever really imagine. Like, because these isn't a bad surrounding when you take into account Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, Isaiah Bond, the offensive line. Like, really, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders make the offensive line look worse than what they've been.
Yeah, they hold on to the ball.
I don't know. And David Njoku's still there. And, I mean, like, I feel like this is a really good setup for a rookie quarterback. And I cannot believe I'm saying that about the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. But it is a really good setup.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't won more games. But
yeah. That tells you right there, really, in all honesty, this should tell you that quarterback is the most. I mean, this is a great case study that you could have a Hall of Fame a defensive end in Myles Garrett, and you could have a stellar draft class. If you don't have a quarterback, it doesn't matter.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of their two missed offensive linemen. Conklin, former Titan, to be out. So our defensive line, man, we may have some advantages here. I'm interested to see how this plays out because our defense is going to have to play with their butts on fire to have a good shot at this game.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those old school battles. Yeah.
It's good. It is gonna be a slugfest. Yeah. Slug or snoo fest, whichever way you want to say it. All right, coming up next, we'll go to your phones. We got people calling in. 615-737-1045 is the number. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 1045 The Zone.
Naturally, peptide therapy is great for the holidays. And reason why I bring that up, because there's a lot of holiday parties. And guess what? Got a lot of holiday weight around the midsection. And the approach to weight loss at Edge Peptide Hormone Therapy is different. We make sure the patients have extensive lab work and face-to-face conversations in office with our nurse practitioners to create a customized treatment plan tailored to your specific needs. As well as Edge walks you through the process, guiding you with the treatment, answering questions, supporting you along the way. You also get to enjoy access to their in-body scanner to track weight loss and make sure you are maintaining muscle mass. As well as Edge also uses the lowest effective doses to make sure that you are resetting your metabolic flexibility, not starving yourself like Ross does, as well as get to lower your A1C, keeping your cravings in check, prioritizing protein, and having someone guide your journey from start to finish. So call the team at Edge Peptide for all your wellness questions at 615-724-1878. That's 724-1878 or edgepeptide.com.
Mama, please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all 4 Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. We're broadcasting live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. And don't forget, Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, is that the 9th? That is the 9th. We'll be at Nissan Stadium for the toy field. If you're out there shopping for Christmas, come out and bring out a toy over at Nissan Stadium. That way you guys can, donate. Come see us. We'll be out there from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. all day, broadcasting live from Nissan Stadium.
Yeah, my funnest event. We did.
I think it's the best event. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I love it.
Hope you'll have a good time.
Yeah. He'll be back at the studio.
We'll be right there with the fire pit.
Yeah, they got a tent and everything.
Coffee, cocoa.
Yeah,
they have food out there for us. From Dainages to burgers to chicken.
Enjoy your vending machine.
Yeah. You just enjoy it.
You ain't gonna bring me nothing. You're not gonna bring me anything.
We're not gonna be driving this way.
Wait, make sure you text us and remind us. You may forget.
All right, let's go to the phone. 615-737-1045 is the number. Jack, you're on with Blaine and Zach.
Jack the Ripper.
Now that he's starting, the questions about Shedeur are going to be answered one way or the other. But, Blake, I always wanted to ask you, you always talked about how hard you had to work. Work your way into your opportunities, to keep your opportunities. And I'm sure once you get away from the freaks of nature like Derrick Henry, that most fellas in the league have to do the same thing. When you were watching the leading up to his draft, the prissy things about his pro days, his legend party, waiting for the phone to ring, what did it make a rank-and-file NFL veteran feel like?
Thanks, Jack.
Well, I don't know if I really felt anything. Actually, I thought he was just on evaluation. I thought him and Dart were pretty close. I thought Dart was the better athlete. I thought Shedeur could handle the position of being at quarterback because of the nature of who his father was. So, but that's his style. A lot of people don't like flashy type people, and that's somewhat like how his dad was, but he also understands what position he's in, and I think he puts in a lot of work. I think he works really hard. So I don't think being in the limelight affects him. I think he relishes those moments. So I didn't have an issue. And then you got to think about it from an owner's perspective. And I think that's why Haslam went after him. I think Ross said this is just he brings eyeballs. And eventually, if you believe that he can actually play, which I think he can in the right environment, I think you had a veteran quarterback there to see if you can help him along the way. But naturally, he was way down the depth chart, so he had to continue to earn his way, see if he really wanted it. So I kind of like that part of it too. And then still saying the right things at this point in time. That is really hard for a young player. So, hey, we shall see if he becomes what we think, but I think it's still early in that, and hopefully the Titans can take advantage of that because he still holds on to the football. He's still doing rookie things. It's only be his third start, I think.
Right.
He's nowhere near where he should be, but you see the potential and the tools when I've watched him in the games that he played. I think eventually, if he puts the work in, he could at least be, a starter in this league.
And to be honest, I mean, everybody was worried about Shedeur Sanders handling being the quarterback 3. I mean, and all that kind of stuff. And I think he's handled himself very well. Yeah. I think he's shown a lot of maturity. Mm-hmm. I think that he's been able to.
That was a humbling experience, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, no doubt. And I think since he's gotten the opportunity, the media has tried to get him to throw Kevin Stefanski under the bus, throw the organization under the bus, and he hasn't taken the bait.
Nope.
And he said everything right. And so to me, the throwing of parties for draft and all that kind of stuff is kind of everyone does their own thing.
Own style.
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
I don't
it's your
have an issue with
celebration.
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're not playing
I
football.
really
Like,
don't.
it's not like you're throwing a party the night before a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to wear all the jewelry. That's just who he
Yeah.
is. I wouldn't do that. And
Yeah.
I don't really, this is a different era of players. And I think everybody has their own way about it. But it was over top. Like, they knew that he was going first round. And that's what was the shocker of, like, man, he's not even going in the top 3 round. Something was up, during that time. So he's still getting judged as though he went first round, though.
Yep.
That's funny to me in that I keep saying he was a 5th round pick, though.
Yeah.
See, he was a 5th round pick.
The NFL told us he was a 5th round pick for whatever reason. That's
Yep.
what they said. And so we got to treat him as such. And I think that when you see even things like the Jerry Jeudy miss that made the headlines and, made its round on Twitter with him yelling at him, is that, well, that's the chemistry, right? We talked about it off air. Is like, that's the chemistry between a guy that's hardly ever thrown to Jerry Jeudy since he's been drafted by the Browns.
Yeah, and I probably would will it back if I was Jeudy. But at the same time, I thought Shedeur even handled that situation well. Because he could have went back at him. He didn't there. He was sitting there listening. He was trying to okay, I see, but we have to see it out of my eyes. I'm the one who's actually throwing the ball. I mean, like you could tell he was trying to work with the guy. And, I like how he handled that situation. So it was just another positive, really, in a guy who a lot of people had a lot of negative things about it. Now, one thing is for sure, I'm an OG. I'm old school. And guess what? If you don't adapt to the new school, then you get left behind as a coach, as a man, as a parent. So you must adapt to these new players, and their style is not going to be to our liking as an OG. That's just where it's at.
You're right.
That's okay, though. Guess what? The coaches who are older coaches in this league, they adapted.
Yeah.
So if you don't, guess what? Go on, get in your car and get left behind. So, hey, Shedeur being kind of flamboyant and all that, that's who he is. Guess what? That can backfire on you when you get out there and then you stink it up. So know that it's coming hard when you do.
Even if you're a 5th round pick, 6th round pick, it doesn't matter. You play the most important position in all of sports, and you're always going to have, even if it's maybe to an unhealthy degree, the spotlight on you and the criticism thrown your way. It's all about how you handle it. And I go back to how Cam Ward's handled this season. I've thought that he's handled it very well. And I think Shedeur Sanders over there is handling it very well. And I think that it'll be really interesting to see how Sanders finishes his year and what the Browns decide to do. Because I do think there is a division between the ownership and really what the coaching staff wants. And we know who usually wins those arguments. It's ownership. Very rarely do the coaches actually walk away winning on those when it comes down to that.
They adapt.
Or they adapt. And if I'm Kevin Stefanski, I couldn't believe. I understand why they like Dylan Gabriel, but if he needed to be like 6 inches taller, because he's just so small, and the way he doesn't generate a lot of power in his throws. You can see it in the deep ball and stuff. I just think that they should give Shedeur Sanders a real chance, and they are, for everything that we know. I don't think they've changed their offense dramatically or done anything like that. But I think that if they would have just given Shedeur Sanders a real chance in the offseason, I think that I just feel like there's something there with Shedeur when I watch it on tape. It's not perfect, but I think there's something there.
Yeah, and I also listen to, now that he's on the team and has been playing, you kind of read between the tea leaves when Myles Garrett is talking about him.
I was about to say that
it's
too.
almost like the locker room thinks he should be out there.
Yeah.
And I could be just here, but that is how I kind of feel. Like, there's some guys in the locker room say, hey, man, this should have been happening.
Yeah.
So
and then who's the most important player on that team?
Because when I see their team on tape, man, I go, man, this team looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's the quarterback play that's kind of been holding them back.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
And they just have never they gave Baker Mayfield opportunities, but I don't think they really remained patient when they should have. And maybe him traveling around, did him some good, and that's why we see the Baker Mayfield now. But I think the Baker Mayfield we saw glimpses of in Cleveland, but it just never worked out. And you got to make sure that with Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel, you gave them both fair chances, but that should not preclude you, if you fall in love with the guy in this draft process, to go get your guy right now. Unless Shedeur Sanders starts lighting it up, or Dylan Gabriel if he gets back in, which I don't think he's going to get his job back.
Yeah, no doubt. They still may go after quarterback with that first pick.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, let's go to the phone, 615-737-1045. Let's go to Bustin. Bustin, you're on with Blaine and Zach.
Busted.
Young man and the hitman, thanks for taking my call. A little bit of an out there question today, idea kind of thing. So just a question for y'all here. If the Vikings come calling and offer Justin Jefferson, who seems like he's a little bit unhappy right now, for that 1-1 overall pick, a second this year, and possibly a pick next year, how fast are we jumping at that? I know right now they have the 11th overall pick, and I'm not quite sure they want to keep testing with the J.J. McCarthy /9 experiment, but an elite player is an elite player. So just like to hear y'all thoughts on that, if they'd even start to think about that. But yeah, thanks. Have a nice day, guys.
Thanks, Bustin.
So what was his proposal?
I believe a first-round pick
Which
this
is
year.
the 11th pick.
The Tennessee Titans are trading their first-round pick and their second-round pick for Justin Jefferson.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
And he said a pick next year.
And a pick next year at some point. I don't know if I would do that necessarily. That's a tough one, though. That's a make you think kind of pick. Because I think the better value for the Tennessee Titans would be to trade back the pick and then pick up extra picks because of how this team is set up. Because I don't know if they're really a Justin Jefferson away. Okay, let's say this. If you put Justin Jefferson on this team from the beginning of the year, what's the record difference in your mind, Blaine? Maybe you're 3 and
I would say a couple more games.
8.
I think we beat Denver.
Think you beat Denver.
Ooh.
Okay, so there's one.
So does that change the whole outlook on the
the
season?
butterfly effect.
See?
I can't do that. I can't go down that road.
See, it gets you like, but we wouldn't, because he's going to bring some stabilization now. He's also going to demand to get the ball.
I'm sorry. We trade number 1. Bustin clarified in the chat. So we trade our number 1 overall for Justin Jefferson and get their second rounder and a pick next year. So we get Justin Jefferson 2 picks for our first round pick.
I don't think they would even do that.
They probably would not do that, but I would do that.
The Titans, yeah,
I would definitely do that.
Sure.
I would definitely do that, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of people saying he may want out. I don't know if he's going to do that.
Yeah.
But I tell you one thing, he's one of the few players at receiver that I've watched here in the Titans. I guess that was last season, and he's special.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
And I know he's frustrated and everything.
Yeah.
But, man, I would stay up there if I was him right now. I feel like everything. You got to weather this right now because growing pains and everything. And I think it's very interesting. I don't know if we talked about this yet or not. But, Kevin O'Connell is changing the entire way that he's approaching J.J. McCarthy's development. And I'm really interested to see how that works because they've been really focused on the fundamentals. Now he's kind of like, okay, we're going to switch it to decision-making is what we're going to focus on. Have him make quicker or easier decisions, and we'll worry about the fundamentals kind of on the back burner a little bit. And I'm very curious to see if that works because Kevin O'Connell is one of the most vocal people when it comes to franchises fail young quarterbacks more than young quarterbacks fail, easy for me to say, franchises. So I'm very interested to see how this works and if this gambit of switching how you're going to coach and do things this late in the season is even going to work.
Well, that was just, in my eyes, a little interesting he said that.
Yeah.
Because why weren't you working on all those things?
That's what's so odd to me.
So I don't
because
know.
J.J. McCarthy's not a rookie.
Maybe he's evaluating him now because he's seeing changes and he's trying to, kind of have his young quarterbacks back to a same extent. So you never know if he really believes what he actually said. Like, is this a distraction because J.J. McCarthy's not playing very well?
Right.
So we need to kind of now get rid of the ball quick, go back to his progression reads, and not just focus on the fundamentals of, his drop back, his footwork, and his arm motion and all that. Like, really? Like, what changed? Did he change? Did the quarterback? Did he change after this, injury he had with his knee or whatever it was?
That's what I wonder.
I never liked J.J. McCarthy and I'm a little biased because I played against him in high school, but like I just
Did
never.
he whoop your ass?
No, their team did because he played on IMG's team, but he did not. He didn't really do anything that game. So it's like.
Yeah, he was a little overrated.
And at Michigan, too, it's the same thing.
They ran the football
he's
most.
not a bad quarterback, but he's not the reason for their success. There's a lot of other variables that go into that. So I think it's just, I'm not counting out his career. He could be a great player, but it's a lot to.
Like, do you think he's potentially could be better than Mac Jones? See, that's kind of
potentially, potential-wise. But, like, I don't ever see him being like one of these top 5 dudes that everyone views in that, consensus top 10, top 5.
Top 10. He was top 10, right?
He was 13.
Was
I
he?
think. Pick. Because Denver took Bo Nix at 11.
Yeah.
McCarthy went 13th to Minnesota.
Yeah, I
12th.
think is that right? Was J.J. McCarthy
I'll
still on the
look it up,
board?
but
I
I
don't think
think
he was
so.
still on the board. I don't feel like. Because they had 2 first-round picks that year because they also picked up Dallas Turner later.
Oh.
But I just found it interesting because I'm like, well, he was on the team last year. I know he had an injury, but he's on the team last year. You had all offseason last year. You had all regular season, whatever prep you're having him do or whatever he can do with his injury. Then you had all off season this year, and it's just like it's not clicking. And we've seen Kevin O'Connell make it click for other quarterbacks. I just wonder, is this a J.J. McCarthy thing? Is this that's what it sounds like.
And I think he's trying to make excuses for him, up front because
and he's trying to save a sinking ship.
He went 10th.
10th overall.
10th, that's why I thought he's top.
Yeah.
Bo Nix was 12th.
Yeah, I thought he's before Bo Nix. All right, this Cleveland Browns Tennessee Titans game. What in your mind from the film? What do you think the path to victory is for this Tennessee Titans team? And do you even see a path to victory? You may not even see one because, we've talked about, this is a really great defense and helmed by a really great defensive coordinator in Jim Schwartz.
No. So we're going to do it now or after the break?
Well, you can do it after the break. Okay. Because we also got to do Lions Den Best Bets.
That's
We're
right.
still doing it, but we'll do both. We can do both.
Okay. You want to tell Blaine about your Lions Den? What percent you're at right now?
We're at 50%.
Went right back to it.
So I finished regular season at 50%. 30 out of 60 bets. I got 30 bets right out of 60 bets. So we're right at 50%. So I don't know how we're going to end up the rest of the way with these bowl games and stuff. But I got
50% is considered good, though, right?
It's average, I would say.
Well, 50%.
It's right at the line. Like you really want, because you really want to be better than a coin flip.
Remember at the start of the year when Chris Phillips called you an elite bettor because you were at like 58%?
Yeah, at the beginning, when we first started Chris Phillips, it was like in the 60s.
Yeah,
and then I've been slowly going down.
Yeah, you got over your skis.
So what you're saying is I should blame Chris Phillips for jinxing me.
He did, yeah. That's Chris's fault.
Dang, Chris. All right. Coming up next, we'll do Lions Den Best Bets, finish up our Browns and Titans previews. This is cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
It was once said, do all the good you can, by all means you can, in all ways you can, in all places you can, at all times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. That's what owner Aaron Stokes has said and tried to do for over a quarter century. Hi, folks. This is Blaine Bishop for Eurofix. And Eurofix repairs European vehicles at below dealer pricing. But what sets Eurofix apart isn't just the price, it's the deep commitment to quality that keeps you off the tow truck. And Eurofix has clean, welcoming shops around the state of Tennessee where you can actually sit down and relax and actually feel like you're right at home. Plus a free 15-minute no-wrench inspection to share with you what's going on. And at Eurofix, you also get a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all repair work performed. And rental cars are available with all appointments. 5 locations all over the state: Nashville, Franklin, Murfreesboro, Belmead, and Mount Juliet, and more to come. And all you have to do is just give them a call at 844-EUROFIX. That's right, 844-EUROFIX, or you can visit them online at myEurofix.com. That's myEurofix.com.
Cover 2. Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors, 615-737-1045. If you'd have been in betting, man, for Lions Den Best Bets, you just would have broke even. I mean, that's better than losing money. Just saying, better than losing money.
But hey, Blaine, the playoffs is when it matters the most.
I know. Will I crumble in the spotlight?
I don't think you can handle the pressure.
I mean, I probably can't. If history has told us anything, I don't think it's going to go well for me. But we'll see. Every time I get to 50, I at least bump up a little bit. So maybe I do have a little bit of a fourth quarter comeback gene, a little clutch gene or something going on. We'll get to my Lions Den Best Bets pick here in just a second. But obviously, University of Tennessee game this weekend, so we're focusing on the Tennessee Titans. The Cleveland Browns, I mean, they're averaging 250 yards per game. The Tennessee Titans have gotten a ton of sacks since week 7, it feels like. They've really been going crazy.
That's kind of incredible.
So I do think that this is going to be a sloppy game, but this is a winnable game. Now, whether you want the Tennessee Titans to win or not is a totally different thing. I do, because I'm tired of the Tennessee Titans losing, but I understand that could push them out of the first overall pick. But I'm going to be crazy, and I'm going to go Tennessee Titans win this game.
What's the score?
Oh, gosh.
This is part of your best bet? This is part of your best bet?
No, you can make it a part of your That's not part of my best bet. I'm going to make it 14-9.
And what's the total points and the spread in this game?
33.5, so take the under. Take the under in that game.
What do you think is more important? Myles Garrett, is he going to get the sack record?
I think he's going to get the sack. I would be very surprised.
So how much does he need again? 4?
He needs 4.
He's not getting 4.
Oh, I don't think he's getting 4.
Ooh,
he had one game he got 5.
Yeah, I was about to say you guys. You guys are a little optimistic.
I just, if you don't go out here and double team him, I'll lose my mind.
Here's the plan.
I don't care if you miss him, but as long as he goes around that mountain, it's gonna take him too long to get there, man. Throw that ball.
You need a Myles Garrett spy, and that needs to be Oli Udoh, who could play both sides. And so if Myles Garrett switches over to the right side, you put Oli Udoh over there. If he switches over to the left side, you shift Oli Udoh over there.
Man.
You're gonna have to have 2 offensive linemen on there.
Just run the ball.
Hey, I just want to.
I don't even know if you can run the ball on this team. Yeah. I mean, this is just a stout
That's why I say the defense is legit, man. It ain't just Myles Garrett.
I mean, keeps you from giving up the sack record.
Yeah.
Man, they got some guys. I was like, man, I started watching other people. I was like, I'm going to just watch it. Myles Garrett takes some plays out. Like, he goes out. Like, he's not out there. And he takes a break. As soon as he comes back in the game, he is fresh and zoom, sack. It was like, oh, man.
He just gets better and better.
Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. It was
you know what?
Nightmare.
Give me the Titans, 9-6. I don't think we see a touchdown in this football game. I think if there is one, I think it's a defense or special teams touchdown. But I think we win off field goals.
There you go.
I'm going to go Titans win 11-9.
I like it. I like all of our random scores here. All right. Let's cue the Lions Den Best Bets music.
How do you even get 11?
11, you
get 3 field goals and a sack.
And a sack in the end zone. Yeah.
Go for 2 and take a field goal?
That's it. Shador's going to hold on to the ball. And, by the way, did y'all see that Dak Prescott? They said that wasn't a 2-point. Come on. They were cheating. That was straight cheating. I was like that. I wanted to call the NFL myself and say, hey, man, y'all better tell the referee quit cheating, man. They might have told him, hey, let's give it to the Cowboy. It was on the inch line. What?
It was crazy. Unbelievable.
Oh, man, that's perfect. Like, what is that? It's a kitty cat?
All right, it is championship weekend. Got a lot of there's even some unknown like Mac and SWAC championships out there.
Ooh, yeah, the Mac attack.
And I had to go around the Alabama-Georgia game because I don't like betting on Alabama.
Oh, because it's
a little superstitious. Okay, a little superstitious.
We'll
so I just don't do
it.
So I'm going to start off with tonight's game at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Troy at James Madison.
Ooh.
And I'm going to take James Madison, the team itself, to score over 31.5 points. So this is the first time I'm taking a team total in this whole Lions Den Best Bets. I usually take either the over-under in the entire game. But I think that James Madison is going to score 32 points at least by itself.
Is their coach coaching it, or is he?
I don't know. Maybe Billy Napier. So I don't know. I think he's still coaching.
Okay.
So then we're gonna go to 11 a.m. kickoff tomorrow. BYU at Texas Tech. I'm gonna take the over in that game of 49.5. I'm gonna take the over in that game. Then I'm gonna go to Duke at Virginia, and that is going to be Virginia money line, which I'm very surprised at how inexpensive the Virginia money line is. You know, they're only 3.5 point favorites, which is also kind of got me a little nervous. I guess people really kind of believe that Duke can keep this close, but I'm taking the Virginia money line.
Is this their second time playing?
Second time playing.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, 7 p.m. Oh, I just noticed I'd put in a December 13th game on this crap. But over 46.5 points, Indiana at Ohio State. So I accidentally went to the Army-Navy game and picked Navy minus 4.5, but that's not getting played till December.
Well, you were looking for some
13th.
games and stuff.
Yeah. But that's where I'm going. So let's recap.
Review.
Tonight, James Madison, over 31.5 points scored by themselves alone. So 32 points need to be scored by them.
Okay, Professor.
49.5 total match points between BYU at Texas Tech. Virginia money line, over 46.5 points in Indiana at Ohio State. And then I'm going to take Army at Navy minus 4.5.
And Myles Garrett gets no sacks.
I am not betting that. If anything, I'm betting Myles. You are?
Yeah, I'm betting no sacks.
Oh, man.
Right. I think, I think they said, we're going to make sure he didn't get no sacks and then everybody else is going to get sacks.
We got a little bit of time. Let's pull up the Tennessee Titans Cleveland Browns. They're still at 33.5.
Oh, man.
Tennessee Titans are 3.5 point underdogs on the road.
Who has the best odds to score a touchdown in that game? Judkins?
Oh,
yes. Yeah. Quinshawn Judkins has the best anytime touchdown odds.
What is that at?
Minus 120.
Wow.
Damn, do we have anybody that's going to go? Who's playing corner?
Do you really want to know?
I don't know.
So Myles Garrett is minus 500 to record a sack. I was hoping that maybe I could figure out if how many sacks can you bet Myles Garrett to get. That's what I really want to do, because I would bet 3+ sacks. Yeah, if there's an alternate number of sacks, I'd take 3+.
He is getting zilch. I'm serious now. I'm not joking. I think I think the coach is going to be like, this guy's not the guy that's going to beat us. And if they don't do that, and
you remember Mike Vrabel did not do that.
Yeah, he did. I was just stunned. Yeah. I could not believe that.
There was no stopping Myles Garrett that game.
What are we doing? Man, if they don't have a guy hit him in his ribs on the way out, like Spears or Pollard, oh man, a tight end double down on them. They better put their mouthpiece in and get ready. If you don't block, you come out tight end. Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because didn't Myles Garrett have like 4 sacks against the Patriots anyway?
These dudes. Come on.
I'm with you.
He watch this. He put his jock on just like you do.
It don't look the same. Man.
But he's a man.
Now, someone in the chat says that we should take a Titans defensive or special teams touchdown.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I think if there is a touchdown, it's going to be defense or special teams for either side. I don't.
Maybe they get Shadur Sanders to fumble or something. Throw an interception or big six.
11-9.
11-9. There you go.
11-9. I will be
11-9. I want it to snow. Everything.
Oh boy, what a game coming up! I am.
Yeah. And if somebody says it's cold after game and talk about, please don't do that.
Oh God,
they would have more of a point than Brownlee would, though.
Yeah,
it'd be somewhat understandable.
Yeah, maybe everybody needs to be bundling up. I guess up there. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting to see how some of this young team plays in this weather.
Boy.
Oof. Yeah, this could be a game.
I got all kind of stories of guys like, hey, man, I've never played in snow.
Yeah.
Just imagine that. I was like, oh, Samara, you have it? You better stand by the fire.
Yeah.
And then run on the field late, man.
There you have it. 3HL's up next. Listen, you can listen to Blaine and Brent Doherty, and Buck will call in on Sunday at the pregame show for the Lee Company Countdown to Kickoff, and then I'll be on with Kevin Dyson and Stoney Keeley for the Titans Talkback right after the game, after the pressers.
For the 11-9 recap?
For the 11-9 recap. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, at 12 midnight.
At 12 midnight. All right, that'll do it for us. This has been Covered 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone. And in the meantime.
And in between time. Peace.